Hello everyone, my name is Gaurav. Welcome to Logictuts, and in this video we are going to talk about the decision making switch statement in C programming language. Okay, so in last lecture we saw the different types of if-else statement, that is also a decision making program. Okay, decision making step for in C language. Now we are going to talk about the switch and case. Okay, so let's first discuss how the switch and case works. Like any other if statement, okay, like any other if statement, when argument is supplied, okay, then as per this argument, okay, this if statements finds that the condition is right or wrong. Fine. Similarly, in switch case what happens, that in this switch case we provide an argument, and that argument is very specific, like you can provide a character, you can provide a number or anything. Okay, so if you see, if you have a number here, and if you are matching that, this number is matches something or not. Okay, so in that case, in switch statement, how the switch statement works, like switch has some cases: case 1, case 2, case 3, and so. Okay, so what switch actually how switch actually works is, switch first go to the first case and check if the case 1 is correct, then it follows and goes to whatever you wanted to do. Okay, if not, then it comes to case 2, then similarly to case 3, and then so on. Finally, if no state follows, then we provide a default value, a default call for this switch statement. And then if none of the state above cases are followed, then this default actually works. Fine, so this is how the switch statement works other than the if statement. So now we were going to take some of the example try some of the examples about how the switch cases works. We will talk about very general examples of switch case. So let's go and start with a new source file here. And like any other source files, I'm going to include again h, then dot h, and again we are going to work under the main function. And fine, let me just increase the font size here. And now what we are going to do is, first thing, let's say the very basic example people used to explain about the switch case. So we will check the grades. Okay, so for the grade we will define a character, a char, as grade, and we will give some value to this grade. So let's say grade is equal to A or so C. Fine. Now we need a switch case to check whether this grade, what this grade is. Okay, in if case, if and else statement, we can check that where the C exactly lies. Okay, or we can also check for the particular alphabet also. But in that way, if you are uh, searching for a specific result, the switch statement will be more easier than the if statement. Okay, so for that we need to call the switch function, switch, and pass the character that we are going to test. Okay, so as an argument we have a character here, we have the variable of the character as a grade. Now, as in our diagram we discussed, then once the switch case has the argument, okay, then what it does, that it checks with each cases. So we need to create cases now. So we will create case, and for case, let's say if case is A, that means if grade is equal to A, okay, then what will happen, that printf, and it will show my grade is A. Okay, so this statement closes here. But before initiating the another case statement, okay, we need to break it here. So we need to break this case. Else what happens that if you don't break a case, it will go through each and every cases, and then it will show each and every result. Fine. So in that case we need to break every case. Now come to the case B. If the case is B, then I'll just copy this and I'll just paste it over here. Okay, because we are going to discuss three different examples here. And so paste and then paste. So A, B, C, and D. Fine. And if not, then we will provide a default value. If grade is other than A, B, C, and D, then we will provide a default case. And in that case, we are going to print Control Z, Control C, unknown grade. Okay. So now just let's save it, switch 1.c, and then just press F11 for compiling and running it. Okay, so we have a problem here, and that is, yeah, this character we didn't use the inverted commas because we need to define the string with the inverted commas, so we need to use those inverted commas over here. Fine. So this is our code. Now let's test it again. And yes, my grade is C because we have passed the C default here. Fine. We can change it to some E and then test it. So F, the unknown grade. So what is happening is the main thing here, that switch case the switch is testing each and every case over here. Fine. Now let me tell you by having an example like uh, print screen and then okay. So what is happening here, that this particular switch, we know the value of grade is C, for example. Okay, so switch uh, goes to the first case and checks if the grade value is C or not here. So it is not C here. Fine. So it moves to the second case, not C again. Then it moves to this third case. Yeah, we have over here. Okay, so it prints this particular message or whatever you wanted to do inside this. Okay, and then just as this case follows, it will then just break it out. Okay, so no other case will be reached. So this is how the switch case works. Okay, so this was the first example for the switch case statement in C. The next example will be our the operators example. Like we wanted to create a calculator. Uh, okay, and we wanted that user will enter some digits, and also the operator he wanted to operate, and then we will execute the same program. So let's go through it, and we will just clear out some this particular code over here. Okay, so first of all we need two things. First are the numbers user wanted to be calculated, and the operator he wanted to use. Okay, so for that we need variables. So we are using two types of variables here. First one is the character for operators to get selected from the user. The second one is int and integer. This type of variable will carry the integer values. Okay, and maybe we can use doubles over here. So double. Now double will what double will do, that if we use division or decimal multiplication, that the answer will become in a decimal format. So we will use double to get decimal and show decimal values also. Okay, so first thing we need to is to show some text before anything starts. So printf, I'm just using a normal simple text over here. So like say simple calculator. Okay, and one more line I wanted to show is that printf, that is just we are making a line from this equal sign. Okay, the next part is, first we need to ask what operator user wanted to uh, use. Okay, so for that we need to give a message to the user that please select a operator to use. So that for that, so please select an operator. Sure. The next thing is, uh, after this printf we wanted that user select an operator. Okay, so we can write over here that what operators are used to be needed to be chosen from. So multiplication, so for the multiplication sign this one, and division. Fine. Now we need to scan, so we use scanf. And what is the character type we are going to scan is C, the char. And to assign the value to the operator opr variable we use and operator. Fine. Next thing, we are just going to copy these and paste it over here. Okay, so what happens here is, the next thing is enter first number and enter second number. Fine. And again, for the doubles we use lf as a data representative. So we use a over here to assign the value to a, and again lf, and we will use b over here. Okay, so let's just go save it and just test if everything is going right. So go to F11. Yes, please select an operator. Let's select plus. Enter the first number, 12 and 14. Fine. Okay, that's it. Now we are going to use the switch case to define what kind of character operator selected by the user, and then we will going to perform this function. Okay, so we are going to use switch, and to whom we will apply this particular switch function is to OPR, because we are going to check what OPR is. Okay, and what else we need? We need get ch, and we need return 0. Okay, so now the first case is, or you can just do it like this. First we set the default printf, and that will be unknown operator. Okay, now we are going to describe our cases. So first case is, if the operator is positive, okay, the positive sign is there, then what happens that uh, you can just add stuffs in the printf, or you can just use another variable. So I am using another variable for the ease. So c will be equal to a plus b, and it will show the result. So printf and uh, addition result is percent %lf, and that will take place by the c. Okay, and again a break is very important in the switch case statement, so remember that. Okay, so we are going to copy this and paste it thrice, and we are going to change in those only. So next is subtract, and we will do subtract here, and also subtraction, and we'll check for the multiplication sign. We'll multiply it, and over here multiplication result is, and again over here the division. Fine. So we'll divide a by b, and we'll say division result is this. Fine. So this is all our program is, and it should run. So we will just save it and now test it. So F11, and please select an operator. I wanted to multiply. Okay, multiply 2 by with 5, and see our result is 10. Fine. Cool. Again you wanted to test it, so F11. let's say we wanted to divide 8 from 13, so it will be 0.615385. Okay, so this is how the switch case works. Okay, this is how we use switch cases. For the specific value of the variables, we use the switch cases. And uh, if you have the specific value assigned to the variable, then the switch case is more easier than if else statement, and it is easy to use. Just a single line statement could be enough to make the decisions go right. Fine. So this was all about the switch cases. In next we will talk about two different type of switch cases, again the nested and the ladder. So stay with me and we will go to the next lecture now. So thank you for this being with me, and if you like this lecture, please share, comment and do subscribe. Thank you.